Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the NS9 Postgame Show powered by Primanti Brothers. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have Cody Coleman. Cody, welcome to... No, I'm not going to spoil it. Let you announce to everybody.
Hello, welcome to the NS9 Postgame Show powered by Primanti Brothers, where I get to give away some Primanti Brothers sandwiches.
There it is.
Finally.
This is your first time, Cody. It is June 11th. This is the first time you're giving away sandwiches on this show.
I don't know how many shows I've done. Almost every day game. I did one night game against the Athletics, and we couldn't even get a win then. My heart's racing now. Who'd have thought? You know?
Not me.
Who'd have thought? Let's do it.
Congratulations.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
So with that said, honestly, everybody right now in the comments, the Pirates won 2-1 today against the Cardinals. Paul Skenes pitched. Get your hashtags, raise it in the comments right now for your chance to win 2 free Primanti Brothers sandwiches. Cody, where do you want to start? I know where you want to start. 2-1, your first Pirates victory, led by none other than Paul Skenes. The Paul Skenes effect, I mean, does it not transpire everywhere?
Hey, Paul Skenes in the Pirates passed the heat check today. They've been on fire, 4-2 over the last 6. I come on the pod, on the post game, and they come through, finally, when I'm here. But they had to fight a little bit of Cardinal devil magic. So it was interesting.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. A lot of it.
The whole, even when they were scoring, they were powering through the devil magic. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
Seriously. We'll get to that, but
yeah,
like I said, let's start with Paul Skenes. Before we do go any further, though, BetOnline is your #1 source for the NBA Finals and Stanley Cup Finals this season. Every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on the game of blackjack or poker, or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BELIEVE, that is BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here. If you're one that took the over on strikeout save with Paul Skenes, you won.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Take that. Paul Skenes today, he showed a lot. He showed what he is. He shows what he has been as advertised. I do also want to talk about him come back out for that final inning that he came out for. But, I mean, he comes right out the gate. The first inning, scoreless, hitless, 2 strikeouts. He threw 11 pitches today, I think, over 100. I mean, it was just another just fantastic start by Paul Skenes. He heads into the game with a 3 ERA, walks out there with a 2.43 now today. Yeah. 6.1 scoreless, 5 hits, no walks, 8 Ks.
I mean, maybe I wasn't really paying too much attention because, like, it's Paul Skenes. He's going to play well anyway. He's going to pitch well. He's going to pitch better than anybody in this league. But I thought, like, was he not throwing as hard as he usually does? But then you just said he threw 11 pitches over 100 miles per hour. It did seem like maybe he was letting off the gas a little, but maybe that was because he was like, hey, we're playing a big divisional opponent. I want to focus more on hitting my spots than getting the power over the plate. But it didn't matter anyway. You know,
you're just spoiled by Paul Skenes already in his 6th start.
I think you're
That's
right.
all it is. His velocity was down 0.3 miles per hour on the 4-seam. So yeah, I'm gonna chuck it up as it was about the same, Cody.
Yeah, not by much. But yeah, every time I looked up, I was like, it's only 98. That's only 99. Where's that 101?
Yeah. Yeah, there wasn't much of a difference there. And again, like, it was just typical Paul Skenes. It was just 11 over 100 miles an hour, Cody. I'm sorry for you. Just 11 today.
I mean, hey, I expect our stars to be stars, right? And we'll get into that later with Oneil Cruz.
There's expectations by you, Cody.
Yeah, no, Skenes pitched a great game, and it made the pitching duel feel like it was going by fast.
Oh, it did. I mean, it did, and it was a pitcher's duel also. Again, to kind of talk about that. You look at this game, and we talk about this time and time again, especially now with Paul Skenes being up. With this pitching staff, when it's Jared Jones, Paul Skenes, Mitch Keller, I mean, you're penciling those games in. Those are games that you can certainly look for victories, right? I hate to say you expect, because it's baseball, right? But you can expect that there's going to be a good pitching performance. There is a realization of this team could win this day, right? And Paul Skenes gave you every bit of that. 6.1 scoreless, right? The problem was they have Michaelis in here. And again, as we're talking about that, it's like, okay, well, this is one of those wins where, like, this is a little easier to pencil in. The Pirates will have this in the bag. And he was looking like the better pitcher for the most part. 5 perfect innings he had at one point in time until he gave up the hit by pitch.
Yeah, it was awesome. I thought Mikolas. What?
Not a hit by pitch. It was a walk.
You talking about Mikolas?
Yeah, it was a walk, not a hit by pitch. Right? Or was it a hit by pitch?
He hit Connor Joe in the head.
Yeah, but that's not what gave up the perfect. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
It was just a walk.
I thought that's what we were talking about. But yeah, he gave up the walk. Then I must have missed the walk because I thought the triple was what broke it up, and I was ecstatic. Did you watch the game, DiNardo? Do you know what's going on?
You're right. It was the triple.
Yeah,
no, it was the walk. The triple broke up the no hitter. It was the walk. It was the walk.
Okay. I'll give it to
Anyways. Anyways, go ahead. What you were talking about?
Yeah, no, the triple breaking it up, but like Mikolas just came with his best stuff today, and it was awesome to watch a pitcher's duel. Like I like offense, but when there's a good pitcher's duel out there, I will be seated front row every time, and I loved every minute of it until Skenes' perfect game and no hitter chances went away, and Mikolas was still going, and I was like, can we get a hit? And then we see what happens. Reynolds gets the triple. Shout out my fantasy team. And then Connor Joe gets plunked in the head, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was scary. But, I mean, he took that like a champ. It didn't even look like it fazed him. So,
yeah, that's the wild
luckily
part.
There. Yeah, luckily there. Because that's one thing, too, about this team in general, and especially this offense. They're one injury away from being, oh, boy. And Connor Joe's definitely a person of that, oh, boy, bracket. Right? Like, you don't want to see Connor Joe going down in that sense. So seeing that happen again, it's kind of a yikes moment, but he gets right back up, goes to first base. Seems like nothing's wrong. So thank God that was the case. But yeah, Bucks they're in business at that point in time. But guess what, Cody? Nothing transpired.
Typical.
Pirates
right?
today were 0 for 6, I believe. Yes, 0 for 6 in runners in scoring position. Cardinals are 0 for 7. I mean, it was, again, same both ways, but the Pirates offense were shut down pretty much all game.
That exact situation that we were just talking about. Reynolds on third, Joe on first. Oneil Cruz came up to bat. And he struck out looking. It was a curveball, but he didn't even try to fight it. I've been trying to be better about my critiques of Oneil Cruz, but if you're a professional baseball player, you got to at least fight it off. If he would have went down swinging, I would have been happy. Because guess what? Nick Gonzalez did that later in the game. It was a curveball by Housley. Is that the guy's name?
Yeah.
Curveball by Housley, and Nick Gonzalez goes down swinging because he's a professional hitter.
We didn't hit.
He didn't get a hit, but he
what I'll say is
tried to break
in
it
that
up.
at bat, to me, Cruz needed to connect on that 92 down the middle.
Yeah.
That curveball, though, like I said, like what was that pitch? Was that the Mikolas arch? Because, like I said, like how that drop in the strike zone. That's how I looked
It
at it.
was
It's
a
like,
great
this is
pitch. That was a great
this
pitch.
is what, right. We were watching, was it Little Big League or I forget what movie it was, but his mom, right, says, look in the glove, and he sees it's her, and he throws the eephus pitch. Like, that's what that looked like. That just floated in the air and just dropped in the strike zone. So it's like, this isn't trying to be me saying like, oh, here, let me excuse Cruz. Like, he should have connected earlier in that appearance, but in that bat. But like that pitch, I'm not swinging at that pitch either.
Right.
That was crazy.
Like, I get it. And like I said, I'm trying to be better with my critiques of Oneil Cruz. As you know, we have people in the chat right now saying Oneil Cruz got the game-winning RBI. Yeah, he did. And I'm glad he did.
Yep.
I just, we've had this conversation in the group chat. I need him to be the guy, But yeah, he does eventually come through, and that's great, and that's what he should be doing. And I love that. I just need him to look he needs to look more competitive during at bats and less like eyes wide open, like, oh, I'm getting a meatball, and then swinging through a pitch that's 92 down the middle and doesn't connect. You know what I mean? That's what I need him to be patient in his at bats, but not so patient that he looks like he doesn't care, because we've seen that from him as well.
Right. No, today was a good example. I mean, there's reasons why you can feel frustrated about Oneil Cruz, right, and in his struggles and such. But then at the same point in time, he just gingerly swings at a baseball that goes 900 feet for a pop out and drives in Andrew McCutchen that, essentially wins the game for you. Big RBI. So again, like, yeah, I get the people on the side of they want him to be better, but I also recognize that what he's doing isn't hurting the team. Certainly not hurting the team. If you want to talk about people that are hurting the team, there's a long list of them, and this isn't the poke on him, but again, just for information that's out there, like Jack Swinsky still looks completely lost at the plate. No, Henry Davis didn't play today, right? But like same issues, like they both went down to AAA. Jax was very short-lived, but he came up rather quickly, and it seems that the issues still exist. I mean, it's now 11 strikeouts in Jax. Yeah, 21 plate appearances. Though he did get a walk today. Also a big part because he did score the run.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would say that Sawinski is definitely hurting the team the most out of the three players we just talked about, Cruz, Davis, and Sawinski. Sawinski's been on this team since what? I might get this wrong. 2021, he's been up in the majors? 2022? 2022. So he's been here. Like he had a full MLB season, and he's still struggling. And what I didn't like when he came back up is he was asked, I forget who asked the question, but they said, what did you work on down in AAA? And he basically said nothing. He's like, I didn't work on anything. And that's just, you're missing the point. Like, you were sent down to work on yourself, not just to go mash AAA pitching. It's like, it's easier to fix your mistakes when you're playing a lower level of competition. And I just don't think he took that opportunity as a learning thing. He took it more as a, I'm doing bad, so I get punished. It's like, no, you're supposed to learn from these things. And it just doesn't seem that's what he chose to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to go deep into that because we don't know exactly what is going on behind the scenes with him. Also, It wasn't a long time. If you are down there to revamp your swing, work on whatever, typically 2 weeks isn't enough. Right. But at any rate, just to point out, like the struggles are still there. And again, like the first 2 plate appearances, 2 strikeouts, though again, he did draw the walk in the 9th, which did have the first run of the game. So again, that was a big walk by him. Andrew McCutchen gets up. He connects. He gets on base. And then, Brian Reynolds gets up. Starting to cook. Bases loaded. Cody, 0 outs. 9th inning. You're in St. Louis playing the Cardinals at Devil Magic. We know how this is going to end. Bases loaded.
I got real nervous.
Yes,
I was real nervous.
and let me tell you something. Connor Joe smacks this baseball 106 miles an hour to Mason Wynn.
Great play by Mason Wynn. Great play by Mason Wynn.
That's literally what we're talking about. like you see that ball hit and immediately you're thinking runs, and the camera stops because it's got to stop on Mason Wynn, who got the ball.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what's happening here? And we also know the arm that he possesses because he loves to show it off.
Yeah.
Home plate. Luckily, it was off. Pirates score 1-0. That was huge because, that ends up being, you get that out of the plate. Bases loaded, 1 out. Double play balls in effect. It's what we're alluding to. Like, here's how it's going to go down.
That's how
Pirates
it would
are
end.
not going to be able to score. But that was huge. A great, fantastic play by Wynn. But it was huge that the throw was off. Kutch scores. Reynolds scores. And it's a 1-0 ball game. Pirates are on the board. And the way this game has been going, looks like only 1 run's going to be needed.
Yeah. That 9th inning was just a roller coaster. Even like, if you're not a Pirates fan and you're watching that game, you're like, oh, Pirates are about to win. But all of us in the chat here, watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever it may be, we all knew some Cardinals devil magic was about to go down, and it almost did. But we got through it, and I think most of that is to what Gigamosher says here is you had Chapman and Holderman hold them the 2 innings before.
Yes.
Our bullpen was a huge part of this game, and the bullpen can be good, right? It's just when we don't, I feel like it's not managed as best it could be. But also, even if it was, you'd still probably have to throw away at least 1 game every 6 games, because that's where the biggest hole is in this team. But today they come through because we had our best guys healthy and recovered. And it was a huge part of this game and why that 9th inning was so important.
Yep, absolutely. I think we talked about, you're gonna have to find ways to hold. Like you love and appreciate the starting pitching this team has, but it's not going to do any good if teams can't hold leads. Now, granted, they didn't have any leads because it was 0-0, but they were able to, for the most part, hold them from scoring. Pirates did enough. They come out victorious today. But yeah, like Holderman, now it was a little shaky today. He had 2 hits today. It wasn't his best, but he fought through it. Chapman, initially, like he comes into the game when, as we're going to talk here again a little bit, but Skenes leaves after making 1 out in the 7th. Chapman comes in. You see the fly ball. And anytime you see a fly ball with Chapman, you get nervous when you think, oh, the ball's dead again. So we're good. And that's kind of how that one looked. But he does get the out and gets out of the inning. And, like I said, like Chapman throwing 100+ more consistently now, like that's making you feel a little bit more at ease, right? Like we would see, obviously he was throwing 100+ early on in the season, but then you had those times where he comes out and he's throwing 93. And you're wondering what's happening, right? And again, like there's a lot of struggling early on in that sense. So him being more consistent right now is certainly helping out this bullpen, as you alluded to here. But yeah, and then again, David Bednar comes in. He's been doing a lot better. He does give up the home run. It got shaky, but he settles down, closes it out. Pirates win 2-1 today.
Now we do have to talk about how it got closed out, though, DiNardo. There was a challenge at the end of the game, which, from what I've seen, it seems as though the umpires got the language wrong on what was being challenged. But the umpire said on the last strike of the game, foul tip caught for an out, they said we are the Cardinals, not we are. The Cardinals are challenging the foul tip for an out.
Now, Cody, they can't do that, right?
As we've learned, that is not legal.
So how did the Cardinals get to do it?
Devil magic. No.
Right.
No, what actually happened was they challenged what happened. The call was correct. They challenged that Yasmani Grandal committed catcher's interference. That is what happened. And that just put everything through, the ringer for us. We're like, we're about to lose this game because of this.
All those emotions came back.
They all came back. But luckily, Bednar was able to settle down. He got into it. He gave up that first home run, or the home run on the first batter. But he was nails after that, and it was great.
Yeah, very much so. Again, this was a big victory for as big as a victory on June 11th can be.
Yeah.
We were on Starbucks talking about the series preview. This is kind of big because, I mean, yes, the first time they're facing the Cardinals, but the Pirates, they need to be better than all these teams, right? Like, they were in last place. They have to be better than every single team in that division for them to have a shot. And it starts today with the Cardinals. So with it being in St. Louis, it's Paul Skenes. Tomorrow you have Mitch Keller lined up. Like, it's looking in your favor as far as matchups go, right? You have to pull up some victories. You have to start stacking some wins. So today was a huge W in the sense of today's the first day of that journey.
Yeah. And I mean, getting a win against the Cardinals is always huge, right? They're usually the thorn in our side. I'd say them and the Brewers are the biggest thorns in our side every year. And for our first time seeing them this season, to be able to get a win out of it, just sets the tone, right? Both teams have been kind of in the basement of this division this year. They're trading places a lot, but they're still the Cardinals. You can't count them out. They've been bad these last few years, I know, but they're the Cardinals. They're going to find a way to win, and luckily they didn't today. And I think that's going to be very huge to the series and the reason, because we're going to have to play them a lot. Because I were playing them. It's weird. It's very weird that we haven't Cardinals yet.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Cardinals, Reds, starting to play up. But yeah, today was again like a big victory. It all started with Paul Skenes. So again, to kind of go back to talk a little bit more about Paul Skenes. I mean, that guy just looked so good out there, making every batter look stupid, essentially. Now,
even Goldie.
Oh yeah. But like, to the point, the Cardinals have been playing a lot better lately too. And offensively they've been playing pretty good. You talk about Goldie, like, he has been playing very, very well of late. So this wasn't as if like, hey, Paul Skenes is facing this inferior lineup of the Cardinals because they're actually not that good. No, they've been playing very, very well lately. He shut them down. Just in his day, he shut them down. What I loved was, which he thought was his final out, was made. Scoreless. You know what? Hand it to him. Good job, Paul. He comes back out for the 7th inning. And I'm curious to know, and I'm sure they're asking him if it's out there right now. It's probably being talked about. If not, I'm curious to know how.
Right.
And I say that because, he's close to 100 pitches. You're going to monitor him. The bullpen was already warming up in the 6th. He was able to get out of the inning. Also by himself. The pass ball happened. The double play ball alluded that it's gone, not going to happen. And he says, you know what? I don't care. Strike out. We're out of here. So again, just what that guy possesses, you love. But he goes to the dugout and you think it's over, and then he comes back out. So it's like, okay, did he suggest that? Like, is he like, listen, I'm going back out there. I want it. And then also, if so, because this isn't like a veteran, this is the rookie pitcher making his 6th start. Did Shelton say, okay? You know what I mean? Like, it takes 2 to make that one happen. And I love every bit of that.
Yeah, no, the biggest thing about that was surprising is it's because they had somebody warming up in the pen. And then he comes back out, and you're like, wait, what? He's coming back out? And what you just said there about, like, was that the situation? Did Shelton go say, hey, you're done? And he said, no, I'm not. And Shelton told the rookie, okay, if that's what happened, you just gave the rookie with the most confidence in the world another case of confidence because you allowed him to do that. And he's basically succeeded. Sure, he gave up a hit and, like, the guy got on second or whatever, but he went out there and got an out. He went out there and still looked good. I think the only reason he came out is because he was over 100 pitches. If he was a vet, if he was like a Martin Perez or a Mitch Keller, he stays in there for the rest of the inning, I think, until it gets out of hand.
Maybe. I'll say he got the first out. It was a strikeout also, by the way, his 8th of the day.
Yeah.
And then, he gave up the hit. And at that point in time, I was like, okay, let's go ahead and get you out of here. I like it. And you talk about confidence. Now, this isn't a knock on Paul Skenes on his level of confidence, but there's also a guy named Jared Jones who's a rookie, and like his level of confidence is very high as well. That's why you love these two guys. Like not only the talent, not only the actual performance, but just the makeup of both of them. I mean, they are both dogs. And we've talked about it. We've seen with Jared Jones. Now this is Paul Skenes' turn. And that's why, again, I look at the 7th inning, him going back out there. I loved it. And the fact that, I mean, again, my point of view on this, I don't know what transpired, but my point of view of this is he wanted to, and Shelton said, go do it. And he allowed him to.
Right.
And he got the strikeout.
Exactly.
Like you said, he was still kind of performing. So I loved every bit of it. I love Paul Skenes. That guy is just so good.
It was exactly what needed to happen, The guy, he's got the baseball world in the palm of his hands. He just let him go perform. Let him go be the greatest.
Do you want to let everyone know who might not know and listening what happened when he left in St. Louis?
He got a standing O.
This is the away pitcher. This is the Pirates,
weird.
The in-division away pitcher.
DiNardo, here's what I got to say about that. They haven't had great baseball in St. Louis in a couple years. So when greatness comes around, they got to appreciate it. When greatness comes around, they got to appreciate it.
That's what it is. Love it. Love it. All right. Once again, #raise it in the comments for your chance for 2 Primanti Brothers sandwiches. But yeah, man, again, it was a frustrating game, but also a good game. It was a pitcher's duel. You didn't want to see it to be a pitcher's duel.
No.
But the Pirates found the way to pull through, get just enough offense. And as we talked about, Sawinski scored the run. Oneil Cruz came up, hit the sac fly. Just enough to be done. The Pirates win. Then they don't. They continue playing. Then they win again. I mean, this game had everything.
Yeah, it was a doozy for sure. I was frustrated. Offense. If you talk to Steph, she'll say I was MF in the TV all night. But yeah, great game. Love the ending. Even with the dramatics, made it even better. But Great game all around.
So, you know what time it is, Cody?
It's sandwich time!
Your very first post-game giving away sandwiches, and we're already in triple digits. We're at 113. I think
that's a record.
Last time I begged people, and we got to 100. We're already at 114. I haven't even asked yet. So this is your last chance. #raise it in the comments. Your chance for 2 of these.
114 is a record, Cody, by the way.
Before we do this,
I just want to say 114 is a record on this show. I don't think we've ever had over 114 people in the giveaway.
Right. I just said 100.
I think it's the Cody Coleman effect.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
It's the Cody Coleman effect. I come in with the energy. You guys don't always have the energy. I come in here and I'm excited for sandwiches. We're giving them away.
I'm done with you. Michael
Carlo.
Michael Motorcycle.
I've
never heard that one before.
I don't know what just happened, but he ruined the vibes. I didn't take him out of here. I did not take DiNardo out of there. I don't know what just happened, but he ruined the vibe. So I'm glad that happened.
I'm back. All right. So Michael, you get 2 free sandwiches. As always, DM us on any social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or email us at northshore9@gmail.com. Let us know the address for me to send these to, and we'll get these out to you this week. But once again, congratulations to Michael for winning the free sandwiches. Congratulations to the Pirates for winning now 2 games under 500. And from what I understand, currently in second place.
Are they?
I was hoping you're going to back me up because I didn't look at the standings. Of course, it's still live. I hear the Reds lost. Yes, second place. So now I'm being trolled for my 5th place comment earlier. But at any rate, tomorrow we'll be back. Bailey Falter pitches tomorrow. Mitch Keller is the 3rd day. Tomorrow is Bailey Falter and Sonny Gray. So
it'd be a good one.
Sonny Gray is pitching a hell of a season right now for the Cardinals. But hey, Bailey Falter's doing his thing too, baby.
Bailey Falter having a career year. You know, he's gonna go out there and do his thing. I'm excited. I would have never thought I would be this excited for a Bailey Falter start this year. I'm very excited.
Here you go. Folks, as always, thank you for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe if you haven't. Check the description. We are having on June 22nd our tailgate at PNC Park, sponsored by Primanti Brothers, food provided by Primanti Brothers. So make sure you RSVP to ensure you get a sandwich, and then we'll see you then. And if not, we'll see you tomorrow on the postgame. Bye-bye.
Tailgate's going to be fun. See you guys.
Hey, you all. Thank you for watching. I know we try to provide the most entertaining content that we can, and we'd love to spread it to as many people as possible. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you could take the 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to the page, it helps out so much more than you know. Thank you, and let's go Bucks.